Happy Friday, friends. I am hopping on to talk to you live with my charcoal mask on. I usually do one every Friday before I take a quick shower in the afternoon just to make sure my skin is at its peak for the weekend. And I figured what better way to pass the time while it dries, you can see it working, than to talk to all of you. So, hi Sarah. I wanted to share a little bit today. I'm sure if you guys have known me for a long time, you may or may not know that I used to work for White House Black Market. In my past lives, it's strange enough to think that I'm old enough to have past lives at this point, but in my past lives, I have run a retail store. I ran a Pottery Barn and a Cole Haan as a manager, and then I worked as an assistant buyer at White House Black Market in their fashion accessories and jewelry departments. So I am super familiar with like the retail model, working both corporate and kind of the front end. And one of the things I really hated about working corporate retail is I feel like we would work our butts off, like hours and hours putting together the lines for the next year, and we worked 6 to 8 months out, and then the CEO would walk in and just be like, start over. And it felt a little bit like being a hamster on a wheel. You just kind of kept sticking to the grind, but nothing was mine. And I really didn't feel like the work we did mattered because we could just be sent back to zero instantly. And so when Andrew and I were getting married, we just kind of decided that it was time for me to get out of that arena, get out of like corporate retail. And so I left and I went and did something else. And then we had Will. And my plan was to go back to work full time. We had hired a nanny. We had done like all the work. I had convinced myself the whole time I was pregnant that I was like ready to go back to work. And then they handed me Will. Then they handed me that little baby. And I remember being on my maternity leave and just crying because, hi Amber, because I didn't want to leave him. And I really started to feel like the minutes and the hours were just passing me by. Being a stay-at-home mom is hard. It's hard. There are days where I tell Andrew at the end of the day, I'm like, I think the kids would be better off if they were just at school all the time. They wouldn't be bored. They wouldn't fight. Being a mom is hard, and you second guess yourself, and you're just not quite sure if you're doing it right. But at the same time, there's really no place I would rather be. But fast forward from Will, I decided to stay home with him. Then we had Emily 2 years later, and then we had James 17 months later. So now here I am, this mom drowning with 3 kids under the age of 3, 4. And it's hard. I started to, once I finally got past like the newborn drowning stage, I really started to feel like, okay, all I do all day is change diapers, make sure these 3 little people are fed, like my own personal needs not being met. Poor Andrew. He got fed, but like I don't know what else was happening. Like I can't say I was a very awesome mom, awesome wife all the time. You're just trying to figure it out. And crazy enough, I started using Beautycounter products. I felt like I was really missing getting to use my head and having coworkers that weren't in diapers. And I decided to sign up. I had an 8-month-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old when I signed up for Beautycounter. Trust me, I was not bored. And I really didn't need anything else to do. And if somebody had really was probably smart, they might have sat me down and said, you have enough on your plate. But somehow, adding Beautycounter to my plate balanced it out. It gave me the opportunity to be home with my kids and use my head and bring in a sizable income for my family. And honestly, it gave me something to talk to Andrew about. Can you guys see this mask working? Isn't that kind of gross? It's working. It's pulling all the gunk out. I used to feel kind of jealous. Andrew would come home from work and have stuff to tell me about his coworkers, about the day, about his cases. And, he would say, how are the kids? And I'd be like, they're fine. but I really hadn't talked to anyone, and I really hadn't, I don't know, I just was home. And now I'm talking with my team who's all over the country. They all do different professions. We have so many smart women on our team, I can't even tell you. And stay-at-home moms, we talk about the kids a lot. We have to swap mom advice and potty training advice. And I just feel like I have coworkers now. I have things to tell Andrew when he gets home. I get to tell him that one of my team members just recruited 2 new girls, or that I had a great sales month, or I hit my goal. And I just have more to tell him, and I love that. I love that it's like bringing so much more to our relationship than just me waiting for him to come home from work. And I don't want this to come off like there's any right way to be a mom. I think that working moms, you're amazing. Stay-at-home moms, you're amazing. Like, this isn't about the right choice or any type of mommy war type thing. It's really just about my journey, and I wanted to share why I decided to break my own rule of never being a part of a direct sales company. Beautycounter is so much more than direct sales, and if you are really looking for something that's going to make a difference, not only in your personal life for yourself, and not only in your financial world, but we're making a social impact by forcing change through purchases. I mean, retail's going to change, and they're going to listen that we want green products because we are voting with our dollar. We're causing that to happen. I am helping families make better decisions for themselves every day. I just want, I don't even know how to put this into words, because it's meant so much to me over the last 18 months. Like, this journey has been amazing. We're reading You're a Badass right now in our Beautycounter book club. I'm like, I'm a badass. I'm sorry. I'm raising 3 tiny people who try and kill each other all day long, cooking dinner, doing laundry, and growing a business from home. You are a badass too, and you can do it. I love that we are helping women and men make an income from their home, even if they work part-time. Some girls on our team are working full-time, and all they want to do is cover daycare costs or pay for a vacation for their family. I love that I'm helping somebody do that. You see this? It's so tight. I'm talking and I can't even talk as loud as I want because it's so tight. Oh, Christine, I'm so glad you feel the same way. Joining a company is really scary, and I feel like there's so many people out there that are salesy, and other companies I see, there's definitely like a mold to their consultants. Like, I feel like they're very much the same. They post the same thing. It's all like vanilla. And I'm not knocking other companies. I'm just saying what I think is going on over there. But I love that Beautycounter is like, there's no mold of a consultant. We have old, young, like a professional, stay-at-home moms. We have a huge mix, and anybody can do this. It's really just about the passion for the products and sharing the mission of safer products, and wanting to make a change for yourself and your friends and your family. And this work needs to be done, and it is important work, and it's an amazing opportunity. Beautycounter is only 4 years old, and I know it's just going to go, this company is going to go to the top, whether I'm in it or not, and you better believe I'm in it. So, I hope that I look back at the decision to join Beautycounter, 5, 6, 7 years down the line, and I say, gosh, I got in at the right time. Look at how far we have come. And for making an $85 investment, I'm sorry, but I spent $85 buying way, way stupid things. At Target, at pool floats, don't let me have a cocktail by the pool, and then Amazon, because I will spend $85. None of those things are going to give me an income. None. None of them are going to pay me as well as I'm getting paid for working alongside my kids and not missing anything here. We went on vacation last week, and I love that Beautycounter doesn't require us to carry inventory. We've got an amazing website. Our customers simply shop the website. It ships directly to them. And my job is really to be your like kind of concierge shopper. I help you select the products, but I don't have to ship anything to them, and I love that. When I was on vacation for 4 days, we signed up 2 new team members and did over $4,000 in sales. I was on vacation. It was amazing. I was so happy to check in, but I didn't have to ship inventory, stress about the fact that my inventory was sitting at my house. Stuff was still happening. The machine is going. My upline director just had a baby, and she's been like such a rock star, mommy of 2, running her business. You know, it's such a great model that they've set up for us, that we aren't, you know, carrying inventory and shipping it and schlepping it around. I just love that. So if you have been looking for something, or you just kind of want to take a peek behind the curtain of what really goes on at Beautycounter, or what it really means to be a consultant, you know, reach out to me. I would love to chat with you. Don't feel like just because you reach out to me, I'm going to hound you and ask you if you sign up. If you tell me you're just thinking about it, that's not really my style. But we would love to have you on the team. I think you would love everyone that I work with, and it's so much fun. It really doesn't feel like work. Even 18 months later, it still doesn't feel like work. So I'm just really honored to be a part of this company, and I'm just really lucky to have the women that I work with every day. And I feel very lucky. I feel very grateful, which is a nice way to feel about your job. So I'm off to wash this off. Hope you guys can see how my skin's going to be nice and smooth when I take it off. If anyone wants to know what is on my face, this is our Beautycounter Plus charcoal mask, and I figured it was the perfect time to get this done. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.